1 week without making me an emotional wreck, please. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen this episode. They fucking did it. They killed off Barry's dad. Excuse me, guys. I know these are fictional characters. I know. But fuck. This was a really great episode. We did everything that was going on, and there's so much I loved about it. And the way it ended, and that whole setup when they're having that dinner and everything was going fine. I knew that wasn't gonna last. I knew something was gonna happen. Oh God. They killed Barry's dad. As you guys know, and as I mentioned a few times recently, one of the reasons why I resonate with this show so much is because, like Barry, I lost my mom. And it will not at a really young age, but it was about 5 years ago, and every time they've explained or shown Barry's mom and her death or anything related to it, like, it makes me really emotional. It makes me happy. It's sad. And the Flash is honestly the one comic book character that I personally can relate to the most. Superman is like my favorite comic book character ever. Like, he's the kind of person I aspire to be, but the Flash is just, besides him being the Flash, he's one of the most human characters in the DC universe. He's been through so much, and he still carries himself in such a positive light. And despite all that, he still carries himself in this as this, beacon of hope for people. And this show, it's had its rocky episodes this season. For the first half, it was just okay, nothing great. There's too many filler episodes for me, and bringing in Patty Spivot was a problem for me. But this season, we have one episode left, and these last few episodes have been nothing short of great. Everything I love about the show is coming together. I mean, sorry if I'm not too chipper. Obviously, they killed off Barry's dad. And obviously, what does that mean for John Wesley's ship? Is he not coming back anymore? And one of the things about this episode that I loved so much was they finally had the first scene between Tina McGee and Barry's dad. And for those of you who don't know, the actor who plays Barry's dad, John Wesley Shipp, played the Flash back in 1990 briefly for a one-season show on like CBS or something. And in that show, Barry Allen's love interest was Dr. Tina McGee. Well, pretty much it was an implied love interest. They never actually did anything, but his partner in crime, so to speak, was Tina McGee in that show, played by the same actress who plays Tina McGee in The Flash. So seeing them together and having that interaction together, just for it to be ripped away from us, just made me even more emotional than I already was. But oh my God! But this episode, from start to finish, was an emotional roller coaster. And it starts out, with Barry. The one thing I liked about this episode was Barry's overconfidence, a bit of an issue, kind of. But I understood where he was coming from, considering how last week's episode was when he was in the Speed Force. The Speed Force showed him kind of where he was at this point in his life, and how crucial he is to being the Flash and crucial to being the Speed Force, and why the Speed Force chose him. It gives him the sense of confidence that he really hasn't had, as far as we've known. He's always been this insecure guy. He's always needed someone else to tell him how things are, and now that the Speed Force tells him, like, things are going to be okay, like, we chose you for a reason, it makes him have confidence in himself. And I understand, like, it wasn't a little too much. Yeah. I mean, I admit that, but seeing confidence in Barry was something I liked seeing a lot. And my second favorite thing about this episode, actually, this was probably my favorite thing. West Allen, damn it! Oh my God, you guys, I wish I would have recorded my reaction to the episode when we finally see Barry talking to Iris at the dinner scene, and he's like, well, maybe we should try it. And you can see, like, the look on Iris's face, and just look so happy, and just, I had, like, the biggest grin on my face. Like, yes, West Allen is here. I'm so excited for that. And this is, again, two fictional characters that I've really been drawn towards, for whatever reason, I don't know, Iris West, and if you guys have been watching my videos since season 1 or whatever, you guys know I did not like Iris for the first few episodes, but she grew on me, like, and I love her as a character. She's like one of my favorite characters in the show. It's like her, Barry, and Cisco, like, and I love Iris in this episode. And just the way it starts out with her, like, I assume she's like writing or an article or writing for a blog or something, because she does like the whole voiceover thing about the whole city thing. But I'm so happy, and there's only one episode left, and oh my god, just so much going on. West Allen, it's here, it's coming. Be prepared. So yeah, I just want to get that out of the way. Let's see what else. One of the things I also loved about this episode, among other things, was the return of Katie Cassidy as Laurel Lance, or her doppelganger from Earth 2. And spoilers, I mean, they didn't mention it in the episode, but for spoilers for the people who may not have caught it, Laurel Lance and Arrow, who, you know, Black Canary, of course, a few episodes back in Arrow, the writers decided to kill her off. A completely fucking idiotic choice. Don't know why they made it. But Laurel Lance is dead. The original Laurel Lance, anyway. But, you know, the Earth 2 version is, you know, they have her in custody at Star Labs in the pipeline. So we will see more of Katie Cassidy, I hope. I love Katie Cassidy's portrayal of Black Canary and of Black Siren, and seeing Black Siren be more like the comic book version of Black Canary, because Black Canary is in the comics a metahuman, and in Arrow they made it more realistic because they gave her like a sonic device, like almost gave her a sonic scream, but not really. And the metahuman version of her actually came out in this episode. But seeing Katie Cassidy back, Katie Cassidy deserved better than the way she was treated on Arrow, and I wish she would almost migrate towards the Flash. I mean, I know they killed her off, but I miss Katie Cassidy so much already. Just because after they killed her off on Arrow, I gave up on that show entirely. I cannot watch that crappy ass show anymore. I might catch like the Flash and Arrow crossovers later on, but as a whole, I'm done with Arrow. I'm done with, because they treat their characters crappy. They force fucking Felicity and Oliver's relationship down everyone's throats. But I'm done talking about Arrow. I miss Laurel Lance. So there's that. And I'm gonna keep talking about the things that I loved in this episode. Wally, he is a character that I think I mentioned in the past, where when Wally first came on the show, he was kind of hit or miss for me as a character, because he felt almost too much like Roy Harper did in season 1 of Arrow, where, you know, he's doing all this illegal stuff, and then of course like the hero saves him, and now he's inspired to do good. But I feel like they're handling Wally better, because there are more layers to Wally, because they mentioned in this episode that, you know, like, Wally was like hesitant in seeing his mom dying in the hospital, and he wants to make up for that, and the Flash obviously like saving him. He wants to show the Flash and to himself that he's worth saving, and I think that shows real depth in the character, and him wanting to be a hero. And in this episode, when he saves Barry, when he knocks out Black Siren with his car, I thought that was pretty cool. And then at the end of the episode, when Barry runs after Zoom grabs Barry's dad, Wally figures out that Barry's the Flash, even though he's like literally the last person in the room to find out. But Wally's become a really great character in my eyes, and I can't wait for the show to finally give him and Jesse their freaking speed. Like they did that a couple episodes ago, the way they ended that awesome episode with Rupture and them finally getting hit by the particle accelerator explosion, Barry's energy, whatever. Give them their speed, damn it. These characters are great. And seeing the romantic sparks between Wally and Jesse, I'm excited for that, because there's been that bit of flirtiness ever since that Rupture episode. So as a fan, I'm getting kind of giddy for that. But let's see what else. And for this episode is really the first time that Hunter Zolomon has felt menacing to me, because I've pretty much since they revealed Hunter Zolomon as Zoom, I feel like Hunter Zolomon's reasons for being bad don't really make sense, and for whatever reason, it just comes off as like, okay, it's like too comic booky, guys. Like, come on, you guys can do better. But in this episode, what he did, where he's just being bad to be bad, and he's trying to show Barry that we are the same. Like, despite you wanting to be a hero, wanting to be everywhere at once, like, you're gonna lose, and that's where I come in, and I'm winning because I'm not gonna stop to save the day. Like, I did the J thing, I hated it, so here I am, like, 'cause I can do whatever I want. It's cheesy characterization, but Hunter in this episode was more menacing in that aspect, the way he carried himself in this episode, especially when he killed Henry Allen. So hopefully this comes to a showdown in next week's episode, which is the season finale. And holy crap, this season flew by. One episode left. I can't believe the season flew by so fast. What else? Okay, Caitlin Snow has been the one character in this show that I think the writers have mistreated. Not the most, but she's been one of the most horribly treated characters because the writers don't know what to do with her other than making her someone's love interest or making her Killer Frost. Like, all throughout season 1, there was her mourning the death of Ronnie, and then mourning Ronnie being gone once he became Firestorm. And then she lost Ronnie, and then she was mourning the loss of Ronnie again. And then she meets Jay, and then she loses Jay, and they haven't developed her as a character because she's always clinging on to someone, whether it's her or, like, there's romantic sparks between her and Barry in one episode that went away, and it's like, the writers don't know what to do with her. It's like, you can make her Killer Frost, or just, I don't know, do something that gives Danielle Panabaker more to work with. And in this episode, I thought it was really great that they dealt with PTSD for her, that wherever she goes, she sees Zoom, and at first I thought it was Zoom. We find out that it pretty much is her PTSD, and I think that's an important topic that these shows really haven't brought up, is how a traumatic event like that can affect a person. And seeing how Caitlin's affected, I don't like seeing her deal with PTSD, but seeing the show tackle that kind of subject, I thought was really well done. And seeing her and Cisco's relationship and how close they are, even though she's been gone, I thought it was handled really well. And seeing by the end of the episode, Caitlin kind of come to terms with everything, and her being able to feel normal again, and her working with Team Flash. This is the first episode, much like for Caitlin herself, where things felt like they were almost back to normal for her by the end of it. So there's that. There are some problems I had with the episode that I can't really name off the top of my head. I was gonna write them down, but I forgot just because of how emotional this episode was and how great this episode was. Besides that, between seeing all the different metahumans, between seeing Katie Cassidy's back as Laurel Lance and West Allen and Henry's dad being killed, this was a roller coaster of an episode, setting up hopefully a great season finale for this show. So with that being said, I think I've rambled on enough, so that's gonna be it from me. So if you guys like what you see here, go ahead and hit subscribe below. I do review, obviously, Flash on Tuesdays, Legend of Tomorrow on Thursdays. Actually, this Thursday is the season 1 finale of Legend of Tomorrow. If you guys want to check that out on my channel, that'll probably be up sometime around like 8 or 9 o'clock. As well as other trailer reviews, movie reviews, all up on my channel as well. I reviewed like Batman vs. Superman, Captain America, Civil War, all those kinds of reviews are up on my channel if you guys want to check those out. So what do you guys think of this episode? Do you guys like it? Do you guys not like it? Do you guys just think it was okay? Let me know in the comment section below and give this video a thumbs up. So yeah, again, that's going to be it. Again, I'll stop rambling. So have a good one, guys.